Guys, whether you'd like to become a multimillionaire or build up a modest cushion for retirement, having $20,000 in your investment and bank accounts might not seem too impressive. After all, you might dwell on how you still have several years or decades before reaching your target number. However, reaching this money milestone gives you the flexibility to make better financial decisions, and it sets you on a path toward accelerated wealth. Now, I'm going to break down some of the key reasons why this number matters and how it can change your financial life in this video. But before I do so, in case you're new around here, my name is Anima and welcome to the channel. I'm a corporate executive with over 15 years of experience in both sales and finance. My videos break down complex financial concepts to help you on your financial journey, whether you're just starting out or if you're already a seasoned pro. So guys, let's jump into today's topic, which is 6 reasons why wealth accelerates after $20,000. So let's go ahead and begin. Now, my first reason is simply your wealth starts accelerating. One big advantage of having $20,000 saved or invested is that your money starts doing more work for you thanks to compound interest. Basically, that's just earning interest on your interest over time. Compound interest has a snowball effect. The longer your money is invested, the faster it grows, because returns start generating their own returns. This means that once you hit $20,000, the absolute amount your money earns each year starts increasing in dollar terms. For example, at a 5% annual return, $20,000 earns more interest than $10,000 did. And that extra earned money then gets reinvested and keeps growing faster. In real terms, guys, compounding is the force that lets long-term investors see their dollar amounts grow faster the larger their base gets over time. Now, the next reason that I have on my list is that your mindset shifts towards financial confidence. Guys, to simply put it, a larger savings balance can do something that numbers alone can't do for you. It shifts your psychological outlook. Research shows that even a modest emergency savings buffer, like $2,000, is linked to significantly higher financial well-being, and it lowers your stress. Saving more, like hitting a $20,000 milestone, can move you out of survival mode and into planning mode, meaning you think in terms of growth instead of risk avoidance. When you have a real cushion to fall back on, you're less likely to make decisions based purely on fear. That's like taking the first job offer or cashing in investments prematurely. You also find that habits that helped you get here, like budgeting, saving consistently, or delaying gratification, are the same habits that you can accelerate your long-term financial success. Beyond the math, saving this amount changes how you approach your money, which often matters even more than the specific dollar figure. Now, the next reason I have on my list is that you enjoy real career and life flexibility. Guys, one of the biggest benefits of having a solid savings cushion is the freedom that it gives you in day-to-day decisions, especially when it comes to work. Guys, if you have enough saved to cover several months of expenses, you don't have to stay in a job that is mentally or physically draining just to survive. Instead, you can take time to find something that aligns with your skills and your goals, whether that's a higher paying role, a different career, or even starting your own business. That kind of optionality is huge, especially in your 20s when your career is just taking shape and your choices matter long term. Or even if you're in your 30s or maybe beginning of 40s, it's still not too late. A substantial savings buffer lets you choose opportunity instead of reacting to fear or cash flow constraints. Now, the next item I have on my list is certain things cost you less when you're financially stable. Guys, when you're living paycheck to paycheck without a real buffer, small setbacks quickly turn into financial stress. Having close to $20,000 in liquid savings dramatically lowers that chance that you'll rely on credit cards or expensive loans to handle emergencies. That means what? That means that you can avoid costly overdraft fees, ballooning credit card interest, and unwanted debt. Situations that can sabotage long-term financial progress. Plus, you're in a position to take advantage of deals like buying in bulk or securing lower interest rates. that many cash-strapped people simply can't access. In other words, guys, financial stability reduces daily friction and fees that quietly eat away at your money. Now, before I dive into more reasons as to why your wealth accelerates after $20,000, if you're gaining value from this video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Your support really helps this channel grow, so please show some love by smashing that like button, commenting down below, and subscribing. All right, now let's get into the next segment. The next reason on my list is that you become part of the investor class. Once you have $20,000, you no longer just have a safety net. You have real flexibility to invest for long-term growth. You can fully fund tax-advantaged accounts like a Roth IRA each year without draining your emergency fund. You can also diversify into stocks, index funds, or other vehicles that have historically generated higher returns than cash savings. That puts this milestone in a different category, not merely protectional, but growth potential too. And learning to handle market swings with confidence rather than panic selling is a skill worth its weight in future returns. The next item I have on my list is that you can think long-term and actually act on it. Reaching around $20,000 typically means that you've developed the discipline and the ability to delay your gratification. Two traits that are massively important when it comes to financial outcomes. Guys, it puts you in a much stronger position to focus on long-term goals like retirement, home ownership, or building multiple income streams. Without that cushion, short-term stress often hijacks good intentions. You might defer investing, take on high-interest debt, or chase risky financial quick wins. A solid fund slows emotional reactions and lets you analyze decisions with logic instead of stress. That mindset is what separates people who grow wealth steadily from people who watch those opportunities pass them by. Just some additional insight I'd like to provide you. Use your $20,000 wisely. Hitting $20,000 doesn't mean that you should just sit on the cash and you want it to work for you. A balanced plan usually means keeping a portion in liquid savings and then investing the rest so that you don't lose purchasing power due to inflation. Another thing to recommend is investing in high-yield savings accounts or short-term CDs. That can help your emergency fund earn more while staying safe. Once you've covered your safety net, consider diversified index funds and tax-advantaged retirement accounts for long-term growth. If you guys automate your savings and your investing, you'll keep building without feeling like it's a chore. And a balanced strategy means that your money is protecting you and growing for your future. Now, the next thing that I'll mention on my list is that money habits that accelerate growth start by automating your savings. Guys, very simple. Set a portion of every paycheck to go straight into your investments or into a high-yield savings account. Once that habit is entrenched in you, it becomes nearly effortless to keep growing your nest egg. The next tip, revisit your budget regularly. Do it every few months or so, just to find opportunities to reduce wasteful spending and redirect that money into your savings and your investments. Also, understanding why those habits matter makes sticking to them easier, not just doing them because social media posts told you to do so. Consistent, small actions add up much faster than you realize. The next thing on my list is that mindset shifts that keep you on track. Guys, your mindset is everything. It's a performance amplifier for your money habits. Once you hit that milestone of $20,000, you begin to think in terms of growth and opportunity rather than fear and shortage. This shift helps you consider opportunities like investing, career moves, and lifestyle choices that can push your net worth even higher. It also reduces financial anxiety and impulsive decisions, two things that sabotage young investors all the time. You become proactive rather than reactive, and that's how rich mindsets actually begin. The next item I have on my list is how to keep the momentum going. Guys, once you break through your first biggest milestone, the next one becomes more attainable. Instead of aiming to double your savings overnight, think in terms of consistent, manageable steps that'll help you along the way. For example, growing from $20,000 to $50,000 requires intentional savings. investing regularly, and avoiding lifestyle inflation. The tendency to spend more as you earn more. That's usually what happens. However, monitoring your progress keeps you accountable and excited for your financial future. Remember, guys, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built day by day, choice by choice. And to wrap up this video, reaching $20,000 in savings and investments isn't about showing off. It's about giving yourself choices and making freedom for yourself. It creates stability that lets you plan for the future, take smart risks, and sleep a little easier at night. Guys, I appreciate you watching this video. And if you think it helped you understand what makes reaching this milestone so powerful, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe for more financial tips and strategies, and drop a comment down below with the biggest financial goal that you're working towards. Let our community know so that people can learn from you as well. I go ahead and read every single comment, and I appreciate you taking the time to write it out. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.